Hi guys, I'm Scratch and today we're going to be looking at how using Blueprint versions can take your builds to the next level. And to do that, we're going to carry on with my rocket fuel power plant build, specifically building the heavy oil residue processing building. Okay guys, just jumped into Satisfactory Modeler just to give you an idea of the numbers. Even though they're super basic, we're taking 600 oil and turning it into 800 heavy oil residue. Using 8 fully overclocked refineries, and obviously you get the byproduct of polymer resin, but we'll turn that into plastic later, so we won't worry about that for now. Okay guys, so here we are. This is where I've decided to build my heavy oil residue processing building. It's going to go in between these two rocks here. I want to try and make it a straight line in between the two. We've got to fit 8 refineries in, like I said. So hopefully I can fit them in between here. Probably going to need to move these, have an entranceway, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's start doing that. Okay guys, so here we go. I've positioned all my refineries. Unfortunately I couldn't get it in a straight line, but I actually think this shape is going to end up being way more interesting anyway. A little kind of V with a gap in the middle, I guess. This is where the entranceway is going to go. Obviously we can see there's some gaps here, but I can easily fill those, and the back as well. But the important thing is this angle here matches up nicely and this angle here matches up nicely, so any walls or anything I do here will fit well at the front. We've got some weird angles at the side here, but because we're clipping them to the mountain anyway, I don't think it's going to matter. I'll be able to figure that out, no problem. But we should have plenty of room here for all our logistics and everything like that. Okay, now we've got everything laid out, we need to start enclosing the building. So what I'm going to do is focus on the main blueprint for this build, which will be the walls that go along the front. Another one here, another one there, another one at the back, and they're going to be the main thing I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to use to show off the blueprint versioning technique that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. There's going to be lots of other stuff, but that's what I'm going to spend most of the time on, showing you guys that technique. But the first thing we need to do is figure out, obviously if we're going to make a blueprint, we need to know how much space we've got to design that wall. So let's have a look. We've got, okay, so I've got 7 foundations along here. I'm probably going to leave some space on either side for the design I'm thinking about. It's going to have some pillars enclosing it. So I think I'm just going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blueprints, 5 foundations in the center here for the blueprint I'm going to talk mostly about today. So we know we've got 5 space there. The height we can easily get by just measuring one of these refineries. Now I don't want the light sticking out the top. I don't mind some of the chimneys sticking out the top here. So if we put a beam there, I forgot to look at how tall it was, so let's just double check that. 23 meters. Okay, so we can go 23 meters high with our blueprint and 5 foundations across. So now we've got our measurements, we can jump over to the blueprinter and start with a very basic rough outline of what we want to do. Okay guys, so here we are with our beautifully finished front for our heavy oil residue building. I think you can see this is some of my finest work. No, okay, obviously this is just an outline blueprint. This is just my vague idea of what I want it to look like. I've got the roof, I've got a kind of window in here that I want to get, I've got an idea to do a bit of an arch coming over the top here, but they're all details I can add in a minute. The main thing with this is you can see there's the base foundations I've got on it, because I cover the front up as well, and we can see we are 26, so we're above 23 meters, which I wanted to cover for the refineries. The middle I've gone a lot higher, but basically it's the right size. We've got our 5 foundations for the center position. So all I'm going to do with this now is take this is and just put HOR version 1. Let's do version 1 HOR F. So HOR front, as in the frontage of the building, version 1. Let's save that blueprint, and then let's run over here. On our way over, we can grab that blueprint. Oh, yeah, if I click the right place, there it is. And what we can do is just pop this in place, just to make sure. And now we've got vertical nudge in 1.1, makes it nice and easy, that we like the look of this build. I'm just going to slap it on the front here, I think. Yep. Just to make sure we have all our scale, all our build correct. We can see, yeah, we're covering everything we want to be covering. If we whack a roof on that, part of my design as well is that I'm going to step these roofs down a little bit, so the roof won't line up exactly with that. I'm going to kind of thicken this out a bit, and I think there's going to be a little drop down here, so I need to make sure I'm well over my 23, which I am. Yeah, and we're long enough, and yeah, I like it. Fits nice. So the next thing to do is to step up the detail, put in place a few more shapes, maybe get some more materials in the right place, and then make another version and see where we're at. So I'll start working on that, and I'll jump back in if there's anything I think you guys would be interested in. I've started adding a few little details to our basic blueprint, and I've started off with this arch along the front here, because I think it'd be cool to have some kind of like indented arch here, just below the window section. But I thought you might be interested to see how to do this. Obviously I've most of the way through, but what you need is to find your center point here, and then take this, change the build mode from default to freeform by hitting R, and then make sure you hit the edge of the pillar before, and then the same on the other side. Now it's tempting to just whack the pillar on the end there, but can you see how smooth these are? And if I put this here as a demonstration, what you should do is go from the end here. You'll see why if I get rid of these. See how much nicer that fits than that side. I think it's because that one is from a point that is on a meter increment, and this side won't be. If I go to this one, we can see by the measurement, if I could really get in a position where you can see that, you can see it's 8.062. So if you go from that end, you're going to have that 0.62 height on top, and really all we're looking for is the angle, not really the position. We're getting the position from where we start. We're not looking for this height position. We're looking for the angle that the beam is at. It's not letting me place it because of that middle one, but that's why we go from the bottom to the top rather than just placing it straight on the top like that. If you want a little bit more in depth and some other advanced building techniques, check out my 5 advanced building techniques video, which I'll link in the top now. So yeah, I'm going to crack on, add some more details, finish this arch up, add some windows and stuff, and then we will test it out again and see how it looks. So I'll see you again in a minute. Okay guys, so I've been playing with this for a little while. You can see I've also started to just lay out where the entranceway is and where the 2 pillars are, just give me a bit more of a feel of how I want the building laid out and see if this fits. I've been trying to make this top window look a bit more interesting with some depth and some colour, because I mean, these are just spec colours really, of what I kind of want, like going for a kind of, what would you call this, kind of weathered copper feel. I don't know if it's too bright, and red brick is kind of what I want here, maybe some black to do it, but there's just something that's not working for the actual design for me, and I think I know what it is. It's the arch. Not that I don't like having the arch, I just think it's too small, and with this window above the top, it looks a little bit like a weird angry face, especially with these beams here looking a bit like teeth. So, but this is the power of blueprint versioning. What I can now do is jump back to my original blueprint, make a few changes, maybe make a couple of versions, see what I like, and then plop it back in place. Again, this is what's great. I can do a bit of rough outlining, plop it in with a bit of a rough outline of the building, and see how it feels. And I don't like it. I don't like how it feels. So instead of now just having to delete and start again, I can jump back a version and make some tweaks. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump back, make some tweaks, see if I can come up with something I like a little bit more. I've messed around with it a little bit more, obviously. I still don't like it. I still think it looks like a weird face. So what I also did is I've gone back and I've made some other versions to see which one I like better, which is the advantage of a versioning blueprint system, is that you can jump back steps and start some different versions and see which one you like better. So I've got this version, which has an arch which is tall and big. Get it in there, and then if I try tall again, we have it slightly thinner, same kind of width really. It's different widths, alright, slightly thinner but just as tall. So I use my lovely nudge to get this in the right place. There we go. And now this is the thing, I can go back and forth now, decide which one I like better. So we've got the big, tall and wide, and we've got the one that is the smaller and narrower. I do like that, but then there's a lot of dead space around here. I think I'm going to go with this tall, big, wide one. I like how open it is, like how you can see the machines inside, and I think I'm going to try and do some brickwork stuff around here, which is going to be a lot of beams if it goes to plan, and I kind of want to limit how many items I'm using, so smaller area for that would be better. So I think we're going to go with this one, the big tool version of it. But again, this is the great thing. You see, I just rough out the shape, I get to side by side it and decide which one I like, instead of going all the way through the design process, finishing this and then going, don't know, it looks a bit small actually, and then having to restart the whole thing, wasting a bunch of time. I can just get these designs locked in, the basic design shapes, and then go from there. Right, so with that, let's crack on and carry on adding a lot more detail, kind of get this finished off, see what it looks like. Okay guys, so here we are. The main details are all in. I've added this brickwork pattern, as you can see. I've added the lovely new vents we got in 1.1. I think I've also added some of the nice H-beams we got. Love these things, absolutely gorgeous. Added a bit more of an arch in here, added some walkways and stuff, started tidying up inside. Obviously there's more things to do with this, but now we're at a stage where it's kind of like, this is the outline. This is, I like how it looks, I like how it feels. So what I'm going to do is take this blueprint and let me just check which one it is so I can, well, I've saved it up so I can save it. Front mark, side mark 1, okay. And then we'll jump over and we'll give it a little place and make sure nothing clips, nothing is all in the right place basically. So we'll do that. We'll just load this here. We'll search for the blueprint. HOA what did I say? Mark 1 side, wasn't it? That one. There we go. So we'll just get this nice and lined up using the lovely nudgy nudge. Put my torch on so I can see what I'm doing. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Put it in place. Lovely. So as you can see, I'm now, because I've got this inside detail in here, I just wanted to check whether I've got room for the logistics. Yep, looks like I've got plenty of room for that. Yeah, and I'm liking this so far. Let's check on the outside, making sure it all still looking good. But the inside is the main thing I wanted to check. Yeah, I like that. That looks looking really good. So, okay, that's pretty much the main design in place. So now what I need to do is just tweak and finish off the final little details and get them all in place, and that'll be this section of the build done. So let's crack on and get that done. I have finished the wall blueprint, and I thought I would get you in, bring you back just to show it and do the, where are we? Do the honours. There we go. HOA. Don't know why I call it HOA. Here we go. Right, let's just use our lovely nudge to get it in position. Let's fly in here. Make sure we line it up right. Over. There we go. Let's do the same on all four sides since we're done, eh? Look at this. I mean, the beauty of 1.1 is great, isn't it? It's nudge, 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 nudge. And then also vertical. Oh, vertical nudge. All you know is vertical and infinite, actually. You know, we can move this as much as we like. I don't know why they put the original limits on it. And why they didn't just go vertical nudge straight away, but I guess sometimes you got to see, haven't you? So let's put this down. Ooh, no, we're going to go down. There we go. And as you can see, I've added a bit more detail on the inside. I'll nudge this over so it matches up. There we go. And last but not least, this side, and then I'll show you all the little details I've added in, and then we'll crack on with finishing the rest of the building. There we go. Check this is right. Oh, no, over a little bit more. Lovely. There we go. As you can see, I've added in a bunch more details. Oh, that's not in the right place. I'll fix that later. Still need to finish this. Oh, autosave. Still need to finish this top section just because it didn't fit in the blueprint. No, I didn't leave enough space for it. But oh well, we can finish that in a minute. You can see this outside is pretty similar, pretty much the same. So, yeah, not much to say there. It's what you saw before. Maybe a few slight tweaks. I think I changed these side pillars from the fat ones to the two black ones. Inside though, I've added these little lights, which are also a little blueprint. Should have got that in my last video. I'd used those in my heavy oil in the pump houses. I've added some lights, and obviously the roof section with all the beams. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to put some chimneys on here to cover up these bits. And so yeah, this is what we've done. This is hopefully showed you the power of using versioning Blueprint, allowing you to put it in place, see what you like, take it back, tweak it, make a few different versions, roll back, you know, to what you had before, and then carry on along a path you like, rather than making one blueprint, doing loads of work on it. That's slightly out of line as well on it. Oh well, I'll fix it in a minute. And then going crazy with the detail. Obviously, look, see, we've added some nice, one of those rounded concrete beams there to round that off. But yeah, that's that pretty much done. So what we need to work on next for this build is obviously filling in this middle bit, all the logistics, doing the entranceway and the two side pillars, and I think that's what I'm going to get on with next. I'm going to do these two side pillars and get the entranceway done. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll show you guys what I come up with. I've started work on the entranceway, and I've finished these front pillars off as well. I've started working through the back as well here. I've only got the pillars on each side on the back. Obviously, you've got to detail this section here. But I thought I'd also show you that I've used exactly the same technique for these front pillars as I have for the front. Basically, you can see I've got version 1 here, version 2, and then Mark 3. So you can see how the design has progressed. I made a rough version of what I was thinking of doing, put it in place, liked it. Okay, add a little bit more detail, cool, liked it, but don't quite like how these, I didn't like how these sides went into here. It didn't look very nice. It kind of like the edge of it, kind of, I didn't like how this ended like that. And I could tell that from being in there, so I made a few more tweaks, made the pillars vertical, added these little bits in the lights along here, and I just liked it a lot more. So continually making versions of your blueprints allows you to just tweak that design the same, and then I've carried this design through along the bottom here. I've used a pretty simple design on the side just to not the track, because I want the front entrance to be the main thing. So I'm going to crack on now, get this entrance done, get some of the logistics done, and then I'll check back in with you guys when that's all finito. Okay, and here we are. We have the entrance done. I've got with gone with a bit of an Art Deco style to the front of the building here. I don't know if it really fits the theme too much, but you know, I quite liked how it looked. I've also used these sign backs here just to give the pillars a bit, make it feel like they actually contact the ground a bit, like a bit supported. There's still more detailing work to do, but we've got all the logistics in. I might need to tweak this at some point, but yeah, all the logistics, or most of the logistics are done, I should say. I haven't yet fed the last bit of oil around. These have got their oil coming in via a pipe down here. This is all subject to change as well. I need to design a proper stand for those. There should be another blueprint, and obviously I need to add some more detail to the back here. I thought I'd show you some progress on this, because I quite liked this little Art Deco thing. Again, these need to be paintable. These need to be paintable. But yeah, now I'm just going to crack on and get it all finished and done, and I'll join you, or I'll bring you back when I'm there. Welcome back, and here we are with a finished heavy oil residue processing building. From the outside, a little bit has changed. You can see I've added the chimneys on the top here. They again are blueprints. Not sure, I think I made only one version of these and then bobbed them in place, but I quite like how they turned out. I might do a little bit more to them because this doesn't really look like a hole into a chimney, and I'm going to put the plastic recycling from the what am I talking about? Polymer resin comes out and is going to get turned into plastic up here. So there is going to be you looking down into here, and I don't quite like how that looks, but I'll change that up once I get further in. But for all intensive purposes, the building is pretty much done. If we go inside, you can see I've changed up some of the flooring. I had to jiggle around some of the placements of the machines and stuff to line up the chimneys a bit better, but all of our logistics are done and in, and everything is functioning correctly and lovely. Haven't gone too crazy with the details. We do have a bit of a legal clipping here. This does go through a solid wall, but I like to think that basically, where are we? This tunnels its way through all the way through to here. Oh, that's not painted right. Let's fix that. There we go. And then, that's just one singular tunnel. That's fine, isn't it? I can imagine that if I want. So yeah, okay, not too much detailing around there, bit here, but what I do like is what I've added up the top here. We have these little pillars and lights, and then we turn around and we have the control. This is obviously the power switch for the whole building, so they all run through here, and we've just added a few signs, giving you a little bit of information to make it look like these are actually doing something. If you want more information on doing stuff like this with signs, check out the signs guide I have. I'll link that up in the corner right now. But yeah, I really like how this has turned out. I'll show you the back entrance as well, because we didn't have that done before. Ignore that, that's for a thing later. As you can see, I designed some pipe supports. We have the top section like that, which has 3 and room for power to go through it as well if you want. And then all you do is extend it down from the top there pretty easily for whatever height you want. So there's that, and also I quite like this. If you've seen my recent video 1.1 creating an air conditioning unit, this is just kind of a version of that I've done, which is kind of a fan extractor fan unit on the back of the plant here. And yeah, that's pretty much the build. I think that's everything I need to show you. We'll jump back out the front, but I hope this video has given you a bit of an insight into my building process, how I guess not building process, my design process, how I like to kind of like version things out, so I can check, see what I like, see what works, see what doesn't, experiment a lot more. It allows you to be more free. It gets you a lot more out of your blueprints. I think a lot of people just make one blueprint and then that's it, or they make multiple. But yeah, this is a technique, by the way, that I've kind of learnt from the master, who is excited. That sounds like a weird, that sounds like his name is just excited, not the master that is excited, but he is a master of this game, and he uses this technique, and he taught it to me. So please, I'll link to his channel in the description. Go and check him out. He's amazing. Yeah, if you've liked this video and you've got this far, firstly, well done. Secondly, if you'd like to subscribe, feel free. If you don't want to, that's totally up to you. If you have any more questions, drop them in the comments. If you've liked it, do drop it a like, because that at least lets me know that I'm going on the right track. If you want more style videos in this style, rather than me just blathering on, chatting about a build, me actually showing you the process, let me know, and I'll do more like this in the future. Also, all these blueprints, obviously the final ones, like this one and this one, and any other ones that I've used in this, I will include in my Discord. The link for that will be in the description. So if you want to download those, use them in your builds, or pick them apart to see what I've done, or just get a closer look at them, then feel free. All my old blueprints are in there as well, like this telephone pole, and this light, and these, and all that kind of stuff that I've done previously, and from my Roman city and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Again, if you made it this far, amazing. Thank you very much. I've been Squatch, and I'll see you in the next video.